mix. They're going to be picking a Pam first overall. You don't see them ban Charlie because they have the first pick. Zeta Division, of course, making an easy decision. No Charlie. Rosa, a very strong brawler, and our most played brawler of the weekend so far. Lou out of the mix, like you talked about. That super covers the entire hot zone. It makes complete sense for me as well. Pam, very textbook first pick, not easy to counter. Healing station, lots of HP. Great for this game mode.
Yeah, no surprise on these backs really, but Stu's going to be the first pick coming in from Zeta Division. They did bring the same thing in yesterday, and it worked pretty well for them. Yeah, I said, they did lose the set, but they played their absolute hearts out in it, and they do still have this second pick as well. Pam, absolute unit on this map. So much health, so much healing capabilities as well with that turret. Scrapsucker really solid against some of these more aggressive brawlers, and aggressive is what Zeta Division like to go. So you kind of got to expect that being that preemptive thought from Luminosity.
They've also got the Colette ban there too, and now this is going to make things easier for 8-Bit. He's been running rampant this weekend. He's been flying under the radar for a long time, and I think this is actually going to be a sneaky good response. Stu is going to be a great brawler just to have in your toolkit, especially in a LAN setting where everybody is on equal playing field. That boy is going to be able to skate a ton. 8-Bit going to be able to keep the distance, power himself up, and now that Colette's out of the picture, you can't really counter him as easily as typically that's a really good option to high health point brawlers. Tara going to be the other side, and it's going to be a great counter to Stu.
Yeah, I'm never going to say no, and that support from beyond, as you say, great against the Stu. And Mr. P, more of the same thought. Those porters, good against the Stu, going to be decent against the 8-Bit's tanks, some of that huge damage that he does bring down. But do they just take a Carl? I guess that's kind of why they brought in Tara, because you can use that pull on an aggressive Carl, and that's what Zeta Division brought in yesterday. Mr. P, though, going to be free pickings for someone like a Carl, easy kills. They're actually going to go with the penny, taking a leaf out of SK's book from yesterday. We saw them play this on this map, and it was so strong.
Historically, Penny's been really solid on this map, but once they see all of the extra spawners that are a real possibility here between Tara and Mr. P, it makes a lot of sense. And now in addition to, you hunker down a turret, you set it up, it's going to be firing shot after shot here. Luminosity Gaming and Zeta Division set number 3, nearly underway. Everybody's starting their engines up, and for Luminosity Gaming, they have to be dialed in here. This is do or die. No second chances here at the World Finals. This is everything. Set number 3 underway.
Entire reverse sweep needed from Luminosity, and this is where it can start. Zeta Division get the first step onto the zone, and 3% is what they secure. Pretty central comp play by Zeta, allowing Chino to get around this right-hand side, but now a little bit of a rotation. Oh, you can't do that. Support from beyond will eat up those penny shots and take out the Tara behind it.
This is a disastrous start here. Sure, Mr. P gets the flank, but now so many health points to get in the mid. They've even sent Zeta Division members along the way, and Chino thankfully can defend this, and now the first opportunity for Luminosity Gaming as they hit about 10%.
Yeah, well, he's doing a really good job of juking some players here, but yet again, the support from beyond's come down and quickly dealt with, whether that's by the penny or by the penny's turret. Mr. P throwing down some shots and getting rid of that turret coming in from the 8-Bit as well, helping out with some more damage. Healing turret available by Charles, places that down in the backside, and some more support from beyond from Chino. That's his 3rd already, but it's pretty even in terms of percentage.
Great recovery from LG here. A big part of playing Ring of Fire is knowing your objective. Don't get overwhelmed by your opponents, and make sure you're always rotating somebody into that hot zone. A big pickup here from Chino, but now Meow applying pressure. Scrapsucker going down, but the Salty Barrel going to be able to provide some coverage. Chino now able to assist as Patchy returns. A big pull going down as well. Now he falls as well, and Luminosity Gaming are starting to creep away.
It really is the Meow and Chino show at the moment. Meow was in the back lines, but now Chino's doing the same to Zeta Division. Has that pull once more, and Luminosity Gaming absolutely dominating, gets the kill with the gravity too. 8-Bit back in the spawn, and Patchy ensuring that he can't heal up 80% to 40, and LG running away with it.
LG just need to hold the line now. Zeta Division with a lot of work to do here. They're even throwing down the Mr. P porters just to get a different target for the turret here. And Luminosity Gaming pick up the first game here for the first time in any of these sets.
But it's what we needed to see. It really is from Luminosity. A great showing to show Zeta that they still have what it takes to reverse sweep this. Zeta might have started looking down at them a little bit when they have destroyed them in 2 sets straight. Now Luminosity Gaming starting to fight back, and they really don't have any more lives, so it needs to be now or never.
Luminosity Gaming picking a very pivotal one up here. Last time they had a little bit of a disastrous start as well. Chino falling early resulted in a lot of pressure being applied, but the mechanics and skill, Patchy, Charles, and Chino's, they persevered, held through, and were rewarded for it. 10% now. This time it's going to be Chino going left and immediately eliminated once again. This is where things got a little out of hand last time. Zeta Division now sending a full 3 on the red roster to try and deal with Charles in the mid. Scrapsucker going down, TP away, and just like that, Patchy and LG are back in the mid.
Yeah, establishing control once more, then damage turret going to be falling as well. But oh, I mean, Chino needs to manage these better. He's getting his teammates killed, he's getting himself killed with his support from beyond. Another one popped here as well, but able to evade some of those shots from Penny this time. But they are back in the mid, and there's more of them there. A little rotation from Meow to the left-hand side. Strad do Apache, but he doesn't even need to, as now he cleans him up.
Excellent work by Zeta Division right now. Naui with some perfect teleports. Meow with some good kills, just taking advantage of the fact that they're dropping spawners on the other end. Some easy follow-through shots, a nice beam down this right-hand in. Chino going to be low HP here, trying to deal with this. Charges super, but falls as a result. 50% and climbing for Zeta Division.
Much better from Zeta, and just seems like they're managing these spawners so much more. And a pull is available. Gravity ready to roll for Chino, but just needs to make sure he gets the right connection. Now we're going to be burning down Charles through the mid here, trying to get some shots onto Patchy 2 to bring him low, but there's the gravity and the takedown for Chino. Gets Penny, which is a huge win for him in that matchup. And now, Luminosity need to start clawing back.
This is tough. Last time, they did a great job of putting some pressure on the spawn side of Zeta Division, but they...
Это очень хорошо.
Adjustments coming into the second game of this set, knowing what to deal with. The mechanics strong, the rotations great, playing those matchups well. It's time for Luminosity to step up.
Well, Chino back over this left-hand side, aggressive position there, but Meow should be able to deal with him quite quickly. Good start for Luminosity over the right and in the mid, though. Meow claims the left, but Patch is surely getting pinched down momentarily. Gero can go aggressive onto him, and he doesn't have the DPS to deal with that kind of heat.
Another strong start for Luminosity here. Charles hunkered down in the mid. 30% now for the blue roster as Meow looks to flank here. Chino on the bottom right-hand side. A duel in the mid now as Mr. P looks to assist. A teleport away for Naui, and it's still Luminosity Gaming holding strong in the mid.
Beautiful stuff. Meow playing this defensive line now. Got that barrel down. Really nice stuff from him, but Luminosity on the zone and counting upwards once more. They really need to keep this control now. This little support from beyond up top from Chino doing God's work for them. Meow getting some shots through, but not enough to shift Luminosity away from this position. Patchy coming forward, mortar down. Salty barrel to tank as well, but it's just not enough. Luminosity still ticking forwards.
Chino making a hero's effort right now up top. Finally falls, but Charles, Patchy are in the mid. 95, 98, 99, 100. NA West #1 seed have taken a set.
Back in the game, Luminosity take the win. And Zeta Division, first signs of weakness for them here in a while. Still, chances on the board for both these teams. One more needed from Zeta Division still. But Luminosity, only 2 away from victory.
I see some smiles cracking on the Luminosity side for the first time in a while. Some confidence building up. I say it a lot. Sometimes you just need to see yourself get one. You need to know that you can compete with the best, and especially for a younger team to the big stage like this, it's moments like that that make a huge difference.
Well, momentum back on their side, and looking at some of these replays here, you can see the big moments. Some real big issues for Luminosity in a couple of these moments. But once they fixed them, they made adjustments, and they were really strong adjustments as well. They knew that these support from beyond were going to be a big issue heading into that penny. But they kind of adapted, moved positions, stayed away from them, and it really did work.
And then Luminosity came in swinging in game #3. I mean, just ridiculous stuff. And I want to point out, Chino, look at this right here. Massive pull. Stays alive somehow. Garo just forced to make a decision. And I mean, look at the scorecard. 3% for Zeta Division at that point, and then they just ran away with it. Luminosity putting a little bit of an exclamation mark on that last game.
And although there's still a set down, smiles on their faces, which is a very good sign for a team as momentum-driven as this. 1-4-1, 2-1-4. Not a lot of kills going down in hot zone, but it doesn't really matter. You know, as long as you're on that zone, regardless of how many deaths your team takes, you're going to be going upwards and you're going to be winning games.
I think that was something especially Luminosity did very well, especially considering, too, the other side drafted some very good ways to deal with that healing station. A lot of times when teams take Pam in that spot, they're either guarding the healing station, throwing it down the mid, or it's used to block projectiles, and that just simply wasn't an option into Penny, which, again, I think a lot of credit to them. That's a great adjustment, not a popular brawler, but certainly was a solid one. Last stop, Gym Grab going to be set number 4. It's 1-2. Luminosity Gaming really starting to feel themselves here, but still a lot of work ahead.
Well, more hopeful for LG now than I was in that previous set, I'll tell you that. Saw the draft, saw that Penny come in my head kind of was like, oh, we might be seeing a sweep here, and we do not want to see that in the World Finals, and especially on Championship Sunday. One of these teams will go forwards to the semis, one will be heading home in the quarterfinals. Last stop, possibly the last map, but draft comes in, and just looking at the bands, you know who's got that first pick. The Rosa, the Piper, and the Charlie banned out from Luminosity Gaming. Gale, Shelly, and Maisie banned out from Zeta. They have the first.
I love Maisie being banned here. I think it's one of the strongest brawlers right now, boasting a 60% win rate and is tied for first in play rate. The other co-founder of another one play rate is going to be none other than Lou. Lou, of course, we've harped on it a ton this weekend, but on Championship Sunday, if I'm putting my faith in a brawler, I'm going to put my faith in one that has a hypercharge, is very solid in the tanks and an aggressive meta, and can freeze anybody at a moment's notice.
I mean, the Lou, very solid first pick here. Usually down that right lane or left lane, I suppose, if you're going on the aggressive side from the blue. But very good pick, freezing down that mid possibly, and even if there's an 8, you just wait it out and you play that on the super when he TP's back. Sandy rolling in now, that stun's going to be so good, and Max. First, I think that maybe like the third time we've seen it, well, a third team to use this, along with Reply Totem and Crazy Raccoon. We'll see if they're able to bring the same energy with that brawler.
Wow, I mean, in terms of teams that I expect to see play the match, or the max, the next match is actually really the only two I've seen mess with it. It's been Reply Totem and Crazy Raccoon. We saw what Crazy Raccoon could do with this brawler yesterday, but to Luminosity Gaming's credit, in the right hands, Max can absolutely pop off. There's also no Gale on the other end. I'm curious if they look to Crow, who's historically been a way to deal with this. Not been as prevalent in the meta, but still decent. I gotta love a good 8-hit mid here. Zeta Division just kind of riding what's been the norm, and I kind of like it.
I wouldn't mind the Crow. I like that kind of suggestion from you. Sandstorm there as well, obviously, so you can scout them out whilst in that. Along with slowing down that max speed, it can be a really great combo if they're used in unison, obviously. But Zeta Division's last pick is now coming through. Then we're back over to Luminosity. It's actually going to be an Otis. Fat Splatter available. Obviously the mute as well if someone gets within a close range. And Sandy, that's exactly what she needs to do.
Zeta Division almost daring Luminosity to just take the textbook play. They can't really get aggressive here. You got Lou as coverage. You got Garo on an Otis, which is great in the tanks. Luminosity Gaming rolling with a very 2021 BrawlStars kind of composition. Sandy, Max, and Tara, all reliable here. They may be new to the big stage, but they're going with an old textbook play. Luminosity Gaming putting their faith in the tried and true against the top dogs of Europe. They're going to need to give it everything they've got here in set number 4.
I don't think I could like comp more personally, to be honest with you, rather than that Max, Tara, Sandy. 3 of my favorite brawlers. But as you say, it's very previous meta. They've got to make it work in the now, and that's something that Zeta Division, I'm sure, will have clocked onto. Double left-hand lane, looking to take him by surprise. Sweet Dreams missed early on, and Patchy gets stunned out.
This is bad for Luminosity. Now a double takedown here. Chino being frozen as well. Garo able to isolate him now. As now he creeps forward, grabs a couple gems in Zeta Division with a dominant start in the kill category and the gems.
Yeah, but look at Chino. He single-handedly kept Zeta in a really compromised spot here. Charles going to retrieve 2 of those gems and take the lead once more. Chino on this brawler is so dangerous, and he's moving forward once again. Lou going to throw that down, but actually Chino gets away and double pulls. He puts Meow in a tough spot, but Chino going to tank that mute as well that would have gone to Charles, and he's playing out of his mind.
Chino playing out of his mind and making a textbook good play right there. He sees teammate Jim Carrier getting penciled down with shots, and instead he's going to step up, throw down some pets, and defend his leader now, as Charles picks up another Meow in trouble here too, and Luminosity are piling up the kill categories. A slowdown there from Patchy as well to make sure now he can't move, and finally a hypercharge on the ground. Plenty of work here to be done for Zeta Division as Charles sits pretty with 9.
It takes 3 of them to take down Chino, and I mean, that is a huge thing for Luminosity at the moment. They needed plays like this to get back in the game. Pulls there as well. Gero going to be pulled back in, gets through the super as well, and the final gem collected by Luminosity, but Zeta in a good spot for revenge.
They retreated very early, speed going down, and popped the phase shifter immediately here. They're moving over to that launch pad, which is covered in ice now. Meow moving forward, Charles skating, now isolated. 3 brawlers looking at him, and he falls! A pull going down as well, and Chino once again here to save the day.
This man has Luminosity on his back. Speed there from Charles as well to deflate some of this pressure. Not enough from mid, especially now Patchy's picked that up. Sandstorm to keep them all low upon the aggression towards Chino. Still ticking down, 4 seconds on the clock. Luminosity 1 away from a set 5.
I'm just impressed. It's hard to react to such insane plays. A bold one at that too. Again, this is one of those things that you don't see in scrims. We didn't see practice all week long. These boys had a strategy, they had a plan, and they are making it work with flying colors right now. Gotta think a creep of doubt is starting to pop up in Zeta Division's heads.
Double left once more, and who can blame them? Fat Splatter this time to cover their backs down this side. But Patchy finds a way through, trying to cover for Chino, but Charles over-aggressing a little bit off the start. Chino gonna find Gero, but an early super wasted from him, and Chino's got one in the bag.
Charles kicking things off with 4 gems. No deaths, not as many as last time at least for Luminosity Gaming. As Meow gonna creep down this left-hand side alongside his teammates here. Charles forced back a little bit for now, but if I have Chino on my side and the way he's been playing, I don't doubt they'll be on their back foot for long.
Position of dreams for Chino, but he does get beamed down. The max speed helps him out a little, but the cheat cartridge away is going to be really nice for Zeta Division at the moment. But they are still down in gems, but good control coming out of them now. Lou with hypercharge, 8-bit ready to TP away, and a mute ready from Meow. This is looking like a Zeta game.
Fantastic recovery, but now it's starting to look a little bleak here. Speed going down. Patchy rushing for 7 gems here. It's Meow on the weekend as well. 7 gems now in Charles' pocket as Chino's back in action. Some assistance coming alongside him as well, and they're still contending for the mid.
Charles playing this really well as well, able to evade so many of these 8-bit shots, using another speed as well. Wants this gem that's going to be spawning in just a second, and if they can help Chino get in a good spot, they're going to be looking good. Patchy getting muted out though, but Charles trying to help him through there. 2 shot down, but the pull missed by Chino. Cleans up that turret, but another one already established, and they got the kill on Chino as well. 8-6, and Zeta looking good.
This is not over yet. No super for Charles, and he has to be careful here. Has to balance these phase shifts very carefully. Does now have a speed. A kill going down, and now some Sandstorm as well. A gem on the ground for them here, and they're dangerously close to countdown.
LG in 1, Gero gotta be close to a super, but Charles gets the 10th phase shift out of his range. Hypercharge gets him into a good spot, but now it's used. We see Patchy going up top, trying to take some of them down, deflate this aggression that they're gonna be bringing in, but now the loose super's there. Almost gets the freeze, but Sandstorm, super from Chino. We're going to set 5.
The fans here rejoicing, and the rest of the
Капец. Моя команда слита. Капец. Я Бэтмен. Нет! Да, нет. Я не понимаю, там, что я не могу так. Да, я вижу. Куда ты бежишь? Газ, жри! Генерал Газ! По приказу генерала Газа. Нет, Газ! Жри! Это я буду тебя убивать. Нет! Нет! Господи! Так, сейчас ходим на чемпионат, ребята. Скоро мне там 10 моих жетонов заплатят.
Super available. Anytime they want to take a brawler underneath, they will, and Yao does this. Chino doing a good job of dueling this out. Up top, the ball on the left-hand end. A super going down, not enough to get a kill, though. It's actually a double now as Zeta has a wide-open net. Garo throws it through the back, an easy walk up through, and Zeta Division have a goal.
Answering back then after the LG dominance in the last. Gale super, Bull super, hypercharge, all ready to go. Now coming through, dominance from Zeta once more. Tanking so much damage, but Chino has the super ready to go. Charles gets taken down, jumping a slot in, but the pull from Patchy. Defense comes through.
They're looking to make a counter. It's not going to happen for now, though, as Charles recovers. They finally take down Bull. It's exactly what they need to do. They have a little bit of breathing room now, but they need to establish some control of the midfield. Meow's still applying pressure. Now we back on the prowl now. Luminosity Gaming still have a lot of work to do, but certainly some utility to help them out here.
Yeah, well, the realm is between Meow and Chino, but the pulls come in, takedowns come through. Chino's gonna fall as well. Meow cleaning up nicely there.
Корделиус наркоманом. Корделиус наркоманом в грибочке живет. Фу, наркоман.
Garo now looking to play defense on this ball again. He's such a strong defender in this game. A pushback, a hypercharge. It's going to be shut down immediately here as the super speed goes down the left hand in. Charles knows he has to grab this ball at some point here. They haven't found the kills, and they have to find a way to get this ball in the back of the net.
Well, uses that pneumatic booster there, tries to get some speed through from the gadget, but Bull doing such a good job of juking forwards now. Hypercharge ready as well, now gets his super. Dangerous spot for LG to be in.
I think that was a tough decision there for Chino. He ends up throwing the ball towards the enemy, and with no takedowns, it's easy to just pocket and do exactly the same thing that happened last time. Now they have that ball on the top left-hand side, and very little room to work with.
Well, Chino's going to need something massive here. Bull comes in, and that's going to be the kill they need to start things off. We even see Charles in the realm. It's a 1v1 for this left-hand side, but a twister to close it out. Surely that's going to be enough for them. It lasts as long as the clock, but 5, and Charles gets the kill, but the pass isn't there. Face shifter, but the shot doesn't go through. Double match point.
These two teams putting on an absolute show. They're showcasing what each other can do. The finest in the world. Kicking us off for day number 1. Get locked and loaded, everybody. It's going to be a thriller here. One more game to decide who goes home.
Капец, интернет. Да.
One goes home, one straight to the semi-final. Will it be you? Will it?
Пошлите открывать стар. Дроп.
Крутые челюсти, но откуда у тебя?
Пожалуйста, зайди. Перезаходим.
Скоро. 3.
Идем скачивать VPN. Не, а что еще делать? Скачиваем VPN. Вот уже вот 100%.
Вот и атака.
Быстрее. Зайду в BrawlStars, когда включу VPN. Ну вот, ребята, я скачал VPN. Вот значок даже есть. Заходим через VPN. BrawlStars. Скажите. Ура. Забираем стар. Ладно. Идем, короче, карточку. Ребят, нам крайне надо эту катку выиграть. Нет. Живите! Это буду к вам домой убила. Конечно, ребята, ставьте лайк и подписывайтесь на мой телеграм-канал и на мой YouTube-канал. Я буду рад. А я буду рад. Йоу. Ребята, все. Карточка моя. Есть. Стартап. Ладно. Это был с вами я, Капель 662, и всем пока.